Susan Calman. I've been to some amazing places on cruise ships.
There are 2 lanes just up ahead.
But this time,
Come on.
I want to take you on some truly unforgettable globe-trotting adventures.
The best cup of tea in the world.
I think so.
These are my bucket list cruises to beat all others.
Hooray!
To parts of the world you only ever dream about.
They're quite breathtaking. A dream come true.
Aboard every kind of ship, some huge,
Goes on for miles.
some a little smaller.
The captain already to escort me on board.
Personally.
So pack your suitcase and your passport
How do you do?
and join me sailing the high seas.
Yes!
And you could end up here,
Sort of spiritual, isn't it?
or here,
This is my first time seeing a kangaroo.
So excited for you.
Or even here.
welcome on board my cruise of a lifetime.
Here's the cruise.
This time, I'm on the second leg of my cruise around New Zealand,
Oh, I'm meeting everyone. It's like a wedding. This is magic.
where I'm blown away by this stunning country.
This is the planet itself going, here you go. Have some of that then.
And after a Maori performance I'll never forget, I make a very special new friend. My trip around New Zealand got off to an impressive start.
This is the most dramatic entrance to any country I've ever visited.
A train ride took my love of the country to new heights.
We are really quite high up. Oh my God!
And my Lord of the Rings fantasy became a reality.
Get off the road! Quick!
After our cruise around the South Island visiting Dunedin and Littleton, we sailed to Wellington on the North Island. We're now continuing our journey on this isle, first stopping at the city of Napier. We then sail on to Taronga before reaching our cruise destination, Auckland, and travelling on to the small town of Waipu.
People come to New Zealand for lots of different reasons. Some for the exhilarating outdoor activities, some for the wine. I'm in Napier and I'm a contrary Mary, so I've come for something completely different.
Because this city is famed for architecture that holds a special place in my heart. And to really appreciate it, I need to step back into the 1930s with this dapper-looking gent who's my guide today.
Hello!
Hello, how are you? I'm Ruben.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm
nice
Susan.
to meet you. Yeah.
You're going to show me the sights of
I
Napier?
will show you everything about Napier.
Wonderful.
Yeah, come
This
through.
way? Perfect.
And we're travelling in style. This is a Packard 110 drop-head convertible coupe, so I've been told. It's a real beaut, and the perfect way for me to take in the sights of Napier.
It's gorgeous. Thank you very much indeed. This will do nicely.
Ruben has embraced the Art Deco era, just like the city, which has the largest collection of Art Deco buildings in the world.
I feel like a movie star.
Along with a group of passionate enthusiasts, Ruben is part of the Art Deco Trust that was established 40 years ago to protect the city's heritage.
So you've learned all about architecture in the city of Napier from living here.
Yeah, that's right. Because we walk around there every single day. I came here originally in 1990.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I came here for a job. And I didn't know anything about New Zealand, zero. So it was prior to the internet, so I had to go to the library to find some books about New Zealand.
Ruben, so
Yeah.
you went and found some books about New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. And did you love it so much you stayed?
Yeah, and I kind of met my Kiwi wife over here, and I kind of stayed here.
Hi. Sorry, I felt I needed to do that. I'm in an open-top car.
Yeah.
I feel I need to do this
You're
all
very
the time.
famous in an open top car. Yeah.
I'm famous in Napier for one day only.
Yeah.
Napier hasn't always been famous for its stunning architectural style. and the story behind the city's transformation is bittersweet. In 1931, an earthquake measuring 7.8 on the Richter scale devastated Napier.
It must have been quite a catastrophic earthquake then, Ruben.
It was 256 people passed away in the earthquake. It was the biggest earthquake of the biggest disaster in New Zealand's history.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was bigger even than the Christchurch earthquake.
Goodness me.
This city they rebuilt in 2.5 years.
Only 2.5
Yeah.
years?
The earthquake also created new land on which they could build.
Do you see that line of houses over there?
Yes.
So all the land between these houses and the hills there, that was all gained. That was around 40 square kilometers of land gain. It's like a big piece of land suddenly came up.
Goodness. I think that's maybe something people don't think about when they think of a disaster like that.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
think of the destruction, but then on the other side of it, it created a whole area of land as well.
Yeah, they took an opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe without realizing that was actually something what is really nice for the future.
Yes, absolutely.
From the ashes of New Zealand's deadliest natural disaster, the people embraced the modern Art Deco style as a symbol of optimism for the city's future, and many businesses saw the rebuild as an opportunity.
It's called the Tobacco Building.
Oh gosh, it's beautiful.
So it's a really nice building. There was a person called Gerhard Husch here, and he came here in 1910 and he started a tobacco company. And he had a lot of money to spend and he got the best architect helping him to design the building.
This for me, Ruben, is exactly why Art Deco is my favourite, because every inch of it is designed. The doors, the handles, there's decorative motifs all over it.
The door, it's made out of mahogany wood.
Yes.
And that particular door costed, in those days, £500, which was like the same as buying a house.
What's blew my mind slightly, Ruben, is I'd never really heard about Napier.
Yeah.
And when I come here, I think this is one of the most incredible places I've ever been to.
It's interesting here.
Yes.
Each building we pass tells a story of the country's history, heritage and people.
This is a really nice one. This one over here.
Yes.
You see the top there?
Yes.
That is a Maori design.
Wow, so it's actually a fusion of styles.
Yeah, that's right.
That's incredible.
Beautiful. Just when I thought New Zealand couldn't get any better, this country continues to surprise and delight me.
Right, so we're all back again to where we started from. I hope you enjoyed your tour.
That was absolutely exceptional, Ruben.
And you have to thank the car that it behaved itself.
Thank you, Car. Thank you for being so. But thank you so much, Ruben.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I wish I could stay longer with Ruben and his splendid car, but the ship is calling and we're about to depart for our next stop, Tauranga. Coming up, I try to pluck up the courage to speak to my onboard hero.
It's like being with a rock star backstage.
And me and a few of my fellow passengers step out in style.
We're like the greatest girl band that ever existed, aren't we?
I'm back on board the ship and we're about to set sail once more as my cruise of a lifetime continues around New Zealand. As the rest of the passengers settle into some onboard activities, I've been invited to the bridge to see firsthand the work of the pilot, a highly skilled mariner who joins the ship in every port to assist the captain.
Tag one fast.
If you've been on a cruise ship before, you might have looked out, on your balcony in the early morning or the evening and seen little vessels buzzing around. Now, they are the pilot boats that are depositing expert local sailors to help the cruise ships navigate in and out of port. Now, you only really see it from a distance, and it's so quick. I've always wondered, how do the pilots get on and off so quickly? How on earth do they do it?
Okay, I have the control on port side wing. Everything is tested in good working operation and I have the con.
I promised the captain I wouldn't get in the way, but with the pilot already on board, I'm finally getting to see his work for myself.
Beacon pilot, this is Norwegian Sun pilot, copy, Russvan, Channel 10.
Pilot is like the coolest guy I've ever seen. Pilots can be quite different. Sometimes they're the strong, silent types, do you know what I mean? They come over and they don't speak to anyone, they just drink coffee.
Yes, please. Follow station bed.
The pilot needs to coordinate the tugboats, liaise with the port authorities and share their local knowledge of the waters to enable the captain to carry out one of the most complex manoeuvres any cruise ship can do.
Just to give you an example of the kind of things that a pilot does, the captain said, "We're going to depart now. What speed?" And the pilot said, 8 to 10 knots. So it's that kind of thing that the pilot's helping with. It's navigational stuff, it's wind speed, it's those things. The captain is still absolutely in control of the ship. The captain is in charge. But the pilot is here to advise.
Clear for it, thank you.
As they navigate through the harbour, our exit is signalled by 3 sounds of the ship's horn. Guess who's getting to do the honours today?
I want you put it in and you hold it in, and then I say stop.
Okay, this
and
one
then
here?
I say go, yeah,
Okay.
and then I say stop.
Okay.
Go, now, push it, hold it in. Stop. Hit it. Stop. And one last one. 3 times. Well done.
Thanks, Captain. See, when you hang around on the bridge, you get to do things like that.
As we leave the harbour and head out to sea, the pilot's job on this ship is done.
He's about to leave.
He's about to leave. He's about to leave. He is about to leave. I've never done this before. What's the protocol for following a pilot?
He must now rejoin his own boat before we hit the open water with me in tow.
You're happy?
I'm
We'll
happy.
leave you alone.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Captain.
See you next time.
Take care. Thank you.
040. 040.
On your pilot, on the way.
We're being escorted by security. This is the most badass thing I've ever done. I mean, I'm having to jog to keep up, but this is fine.
Keep it cool, Calman. Keep it cool.
I didn't know what to say to him. It's like being with a rock star backstage before he gets on stage.
The pilot is under huge pressure to support all the vessels in the harbour, so he's quickly on to the next ship.
Thanks. Honestly, that is the thrill of a lifetime.
And just like that, he's gone. With Napier in our wake, our next stop on the Northern Isle takes us to the heart of Maori culture, before we set sail again for Auckland. From here we travel to our final destination, Waipu. Being a passenger at sea is as much a part of a cruise holiday as the places we visit. And on this ship, a staff of over 900 work around the clock to make sure everyone is endlessly entertained, fed and watered.
This is very, very exciting. Main restaurant here, but I'm not coming for lunch. Got a special treat. There he is, Chef.
Hey, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Nice
doing
to
very well.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Ali is the executive chef on this cruise, who runs a tight ship in the galley. And after my exciting time on the bridge, I'm intrigued to see some more behind-the-scenes action.
It's very busy.
It's
very noisy.
busy. Yeah, it's very noisy because
Yeah.
today is a sea day. All the guests are on board and all.
And Ali is already a lot chattier than the pilot.
Here we can see the waiters
Oh, wow.
are here. This is the kitchen. You enter.
Wow!
The mans are grilling, he's frying, he's
Yes,
doing
come
everything.
on through. So you can see there the
Yes.
different lunches.
Yes.
So we've got bluefish, turkey burgers, cheeseburgers, frittata, shrimp arrabbiata. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
All here.
This place is a real assault on the senses. It's noisy and smells amazing as the ship's 119 chefs work around the clock preparing 7,500 meals every day.
These are all
Yeah,
the
these are
pictures
the
of
line
all the...
pictures for all these things. We have 1 to 21 dinner menus, and we have a breakfast menu posted over here. Lunch menu is posted over here.
It's amazing. You must be very proud
Yes, I'm very proud of my people. They're very
of all
doing
of
an
the
excellent
chefs
job.
that are in here. Wonderful. Let's keep going. What else
Yes,
is
keep
there
going.
around here?
This is the chef over here. He's
Hi.
overall in charge
Nice
for
to
this
meet
one.
you.
Here you can see our restaurant manager is here.
Hi. Oh, I'm meeting everyone. It's like a wedding. This is magic. Nice to meet you.
I'm blown away, especially by some of the truly impressive knife skills on display.
Fruit carvings.
This is
This is the shark.
wonderful.
The shark already have eaten the fish there.
Well done. These are wonderful. My goodness. I mean, I would have that at home. That's absolutely extraordinary.
These carvings are a cruise ship tradition, and these canapes are destined for the VIPs on board.
This is torture.
Oh,
Being
yes.
around these beautiful things. So in the suites or the VIP guests will get these delivered to their cabins.
Yeah, if you like to taste one of these things, is it just a canopy? Just,
Well, only because you're offering. I want to try. I'm going to try the salmon one.
yeah,
if that's
just
okay.
let me know how it was.
That is amazing. I'll just take one to check it's also okay, this one.
It's nice to be treated as a VIP every once in a while.
Chef, thank you so much for this.
You're most welcome.
Because it actually feels like a privilege to be allowed back here in the middle of service. I'll just take these with me though, yeah? I'll just take these with me, so thanks very much everybody. Cheers, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Our next port of call sits in the Bay of Plenty. Taronga is one of the fastest growing cities in New Zealand, and today I'm one of over 3 million people that will visit the region this year.
It is a beautiful sunny day. The kind of day you just want to sit and bask in it, but I can't. I've got to get going.
I'm joining one of the ship's most popular excursions, along with many of my fellow passengers. We're leaving the coast and heading inland to the historic Te Puia Reserve. Sat in a thermal valley, its exploding geysers and mud pools have been an essential water source for Maori tribes that settled here in the 1300s.
My goodness! We're like the greatest girl band that ever existed, aren't we? Look at this!
Wendy, Chris and Vicky look like they could be great companions for our full day of activities here.
You're on my tour, aren't you?
Yeah,
Oh, are you looking forward to it?
absolutely.
Yes, it's going to be cracking. We mustn't lose the group though.
But first, another important question. To wee or not to wee?
Do you need to go to the restroom?
There's a queue.
Go for a precautionary wee. Shall we go?
It's not good for your bladder, though.
Okay. I'm going to go for a precautionary wee anyway. Are you
Yeah,
going? Yeah.
When you get to a certain age, these things need sorting before a big tour.
All right, my friends, it is customary to welcome you all in our native tongue. So, tēnā rā tātou, ko kahurau te tōku ingoa.
Karhu is our guide today, who'll be taking us on a tour of the valley and its arts and culture centre before we get to enjoy a traditional Maori performance.
She's fabulous.
No need for applause. All I said was, hi. While you're here, my friends, my home is your home.
I always like it when someone just greets you really nicely.
So when you're ready, my friends, come on up.
Our first stop is to see the thermal valley that's said to have been created by the goddess of fire, and some of the thermal pools are still used for bathing today.
I've just walked down a perfectly normal concrete path and I heard this. And it wasn't my stomach. This is a thermally heated mud pool. And it is like something from another world. Maoris used to use the mud from here to treat a variety of ailments, cuts and bruises and arthritis and loads of different other conditions, because it has those properties within it. It is absolutely unbelievable. Quite hypnotic as well when you're watching it.
And more natural wonders await as I catch up with the girls and geezers.
Now, there's a bit of spray, I think, the guide was saying.
We can take it.
But apparently it's good for you.
Oh, is it good for your face?
Yes.
No, that was for mud. Oh, good for your hips.
Yes. Now, you look, you're in your mid-30s, right?
Yes.
So by the end of this, you'll look in your mid-20s.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. There's an occasional whiff, but it's not too bad.
That's probably windy.
The sounds of gushing water, and we're back to loo chat.
How many days together?
15 days in the same room.
Yeah.
You're not in the same room.
Yes, we are.
We've got our own balcony.
And we have coordinated the bathroom facilities quite well.
I'm not sure I know any friend that I would be comfortable sharing a bathroom with if I went, I really need in. No, you don't understand, I really need in.
No, we just pull. So we pull the shower and the toilet's next door, so we wear the earplugs. They're there ready for us.
Maybe the fact these three have been friends since preschool explains everything.
Well, the reason we're coming is because we all turned 70 and we've been school friends for 65 years.
That's amazing that you're friends from all those years ago.
And what an amazing trip to share together. Home to one of the largest geysers in the southern hemisphere, this valley is literally alive with thermal activity.
You know, if you strike a match and there's a lingering sense of that smell, that's what you smell. And then you come round here to this incredible geyser. Now, what is mind-blowing about this is there are cracks in the earth and pressure builds up. The pressure is from like deep within the earth. Just the planet itself going, here you go, have some of that then.
Coming up, our guide tells me why being part of this community is so important to her.
We're trying to fight back to have our language, our culture on display.
And in a town called Waipu, a little creature lights up my world.
There are strings of diamonds dripping from the ceiling.
I've travelled across the world to board my cruise around New Zealand, and I'm currently in Te Puia, a thermal valley that attracts over 3 million visitors every year. Almost half of the people that live here are Maori, and our next stop is to the Maori Arts and Crafts Centre that was built to preserve and pass on the skills of their ancestors.
Both men and women had to have some bit of knowledge to create or fix their own clothing, their own tools, their own weapons.
What's really different, I think, about this place is it's not a museum. You know, you're not coming here as a tourist to just watch stuff. It's a school, it's a living thing. People are being trained just now. So there's an energy about the place which is really intriguing.
Here, students are taught skills that sit at the core of this culture, from weaving baskets and clothes to carving huge structures that tell the stories of their history.
This gives an excellent view of the wood carving studio down there, with very intricate work being done. Is that jade?
Yes.
How long have you been doing it for?
I've been a student all my life.
Yeah.
Had an uncle here who was a student in 1987, and really he's been a big inspiration.
It's fabulous.
Many of the works adorn the Wharenui, a meeting house for the valley's community, where we've been invited in to watch a traditional Maori performance. As the powerful songs travel across the valley, I'm taking a moment to chat with our guide, Karhu.
The first thing you did when we arrived as a group of passengers from the cruise ship was you said, thank you for coming. Why is it so important for tourists to come, and why do you welcome us so warmly?
Well, for myself personally, I grew up in this environment with tourism. So we had people wanting to come here to learn about us. It's something that we hold very close to our heart. For myself personally, I'm a 6th generation guide. So all of the knowledge I know, the stories I get to share are the stories that have been passed down and that I've been able to live through thanks to my family. When they were doing those chants as well, they were calling to their ancestors to give them strength to help protect them in battle. When it came to battle, basically everything was out there. You took everyone in with you. The haka is sort of like a war cry calling to them as well before engaging in the battle.
The Treaty of Waitangi was signed in 1840 between both Maori and settlers in order to bring peace, but it's not always been harmonious.
For our people, we went through trials and tribulations as well. My nan on my mother's side, she was part of the generation who was beaten in school. And so to come through and see her grandchildren taking the tours and being able to share our culture, it really hit home to see how she reacted to that, because she, in her lifetime, didn't think she'd be able to see that.
Yeah.
It's something that you just can't take lightly. We share our culture for those who couldn't. We've only found in my generation where we are now, it's starting to come back in full force because we are trying to implement it. We're trying to fight back to have our language, our culture on display.
You can see it, the performance was young, powerful, empowered Maori being who they are and showing it. It's just joyous and brilliant.
Yeah.
What are you hoping we take away with us?
I want you to know the part you play for us. I guess take home the fact that just by you coming here, you contribute to our culture staying alive.
People often ask me, do you enjoy cruising? Do you enjoy what you do? And do you know why I enjoy it? Because I get occasionally to meet incredibly special human beings.
You are the reason I do this job. Every day, the different people we meet from different walks of life, it's why we love this job. And it's a whakatauki I've been brought up with my whole life. Is kia ha te mea he mea nui o te ao, māku, e kia tu kia koe, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. Translated, it means if you were to ask me what the greatest thing in the world was, I'd respond to you and say, it is the people, it is the people, it is the people. And that's why we do what we do, thanks to people like you.
You are one of the most wonderful people I've ever met.
Thank you so much.
And if I hadn't come on this cruise, I wouldn't have met you, and I'll remember you forever.
For the first time, I finally feel that I understand New Zealand. Yes, its landscape is breathtaking, but it's the Maori culture and people that have really helped me connect to this stunning country. After departing Taronga, we're now sailing north to our final stop on this cruise of a lifetime, Auckland. From there, I'm heading to the town of Waipu. As it's our last day at sea, there's one more thing I'd like to do. Something I'm very fond of doing back home in Scotland, but I get so busy, there's never much room in the diary.
This is very exciting. One of my greatest loves in life is golf. But I've never been on a ship before that's got one of these, and it's a golf net. So it's completely enclosed, the balls don't go into the sea at all. So we're going to have a bit of a hit around.
And if golf isn't your thing, then fear not, as on this ship there are ball sports aplenty, with table tennis, basket and volleyball courts too. So as we head towards Auckland, there's lots of ways to pass the time and keep your hand in with your favourite hobby while at sea. We are docking in one of the city's 2 harbours. As the most populated city in New Zealand, Auckland is a busy place. But after falling in love with the landscape of the country, I'm travelling 2 hours north from the city to the small coastal town of Waipu, which has a population of around 1,350 people. But I'm more interested in the non-human residents just outside of town. My destination is Waipu Caves, where for millions of years, limestone has created homes for tiny creatures who lurk in the dark.
Hi Ian.
How you going?
Susan. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
You're going to take me to the caves?
Yes.
To access the best caves, I need to wind my way through the native bush with my guide for today, Ian.
Wow.
This is the Milky Way glowworm cave.
The Milky Way glowworm cave.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to hear more about the treasures within.
Tell me about glowworms, because I'm not really sure what they are.
It's not really a worm. It's actually a larvae.
Now you tell me.
Good thing for our marketing. I mean, imagine having our glow
larvae.
Glow larvae. Glow maggots.
Glow maggots. Oh, that's an indie band from the 90s, I think, Glow Maggot. What causes the glow?
The way these guys do it is they have 2 chemicals that is they mix together, just like a glow stick when you break it.
Yeah.
And it's got the 2 chemicals.
Again, in the 90s I was a raver. I know exactly what you mean. It's all about the 90s. Right.
So those 2 chemicals come together
Yeah.
in their bum
In their bum.
and they make light.
To attract
Food.
food.
Yeah.
So it's a trap.
Yeah.
It's like my local chip shop, enticing me in on a Friday night.
Yeah.
After a description like that, how can I resist entering the caves to discover the incredible creatures for myself?
I can hear the stream. Wow!
Stalactites. Crystals are forming on the end of each one of these stalactites, growing the stalactites longer.
Wow.
Very, very slowly, like about a centimetre per 100 years.
It's incredible. That's like upside down meringue. That looks like my mum's pavlova on Christmas Day if it had fallen on the floor.
A meringue stalactites. No, actually, the balloon stalactites.
That was a geologist. Stunningly beautiful.
These caves have been here for over 2 million years, but the one we're heading to has only been open to the public for the last 2.
Gosh, you can start to see it though, can't you?
Yeah.
And it's home to a tiny, glowing marvel.
Shine the wee light over here. Oh, I can see them! It's like there's strings of diamonds dripping from the ceiling. Oh, they're so beautiful.
With the promise of more glowworms ahead, Ian guides me on.
So here, Susan, we have the glowworm larvae,
Yep.
but we also have 3 which are changing into their cocoons. And after about 2 weeks, they will hatch out to their adult form.
Okay.
And then they'll mate and soon die. The brutal life of glowworms.
The Brutal Life of Glowworms with Ian and Susan. It's a spin-off, Ian. I mean, it's niche.
I, for one, am all in, and the caves just keep on revealing more hidden gems.
That's incredible as well, isn't it?
That is a bone
Yes.
from a moa.
A
You know,
moa?
was once upon a time the biggest bird in the world, and it has gone extinct. And so this bone has been washed into the cave and then it's been stuck into the formation.
This place is incredible.
Just when I thought my glowworm dreams had been fulfilled, Ian takes us to a deeper cave for the main event. And now I know why it's called the Milky Way. Using special cameras, we're able to show you what I can see with my naked eye.
Here we go, lights off. Now,
Look at them, Ian.
so as our eyes adjust to the darkness, we will see more and more glowworms.
Really and honestly, it does look like the stars in the night sky. It looks like the Milky Way. It is beautiful to see. Subtle, but very, very beautiful.
Discovering such beauty through the darkness has been a magical experience. Coming up, I discover a personal connection to this beautiful land.
Are you and I cousins? What's happening here?
And make a real connection with the sea that surrounds it. Welcome back to my cruise of a lifetime in New Zealand. I'm in the small town of Waipu, and I'm keen to learn more about this place, not least because it seems to have a long Scottish heritage.
It's not just glowworms that live here, obviously. There are people too, and I think I'm going to have quite a lot in common with quite a lot of them.
Despite being on the other side of the world, the Scottish influence on Waipu is everywhere. From the lampposts, business names, and even the local poochies. So I've come to meet Heather from the Waipu Scottish Migration Museum because there's a chance I have a personal connection to this beautiful country. And I've sent some of my family details ahead of time so the team here can do some digging.
Heather, pleasure to meet you. Fun fact, when I was born, I was either going to be called Susan or Heather. So you're what I could have been, and I hear me in another life. And it's a beautifully Scottish name, Heather. This place is hoaching, as we would say, with Scottishness, isn't it?
It is, absolutely, yes. We're very proud of our Scottish roots in Waipu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so tell me how the community first came to New Zealand.
They left Scotland because the rents were rising and they were basically forced out of their homeland.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm.
So they arrived early 19th century and they were there for about 30 years and then the crops failed. And so they then heard that Australia was the land of milk and honey and they landed there and they found that the gold rush was on. Mm-hmm. And the people who were involved with the gold rush weren't their cup of tea. And so they wrote to the Governor-General of New Zealand and they said to him, is there some land? And he said, yes, yes, come, because they were the kind of migrants that he wanted. And they settled on Waipu.
Almost 1,000 Scottish people arrived on their ships and settled in Waipu, and now their descendants are scattered across the country.
They wanted to preserve their culture and their way of life as much as they could. They certainly interacted very well with the local Māori people and with other settlers that came.
In fact, Heather is descended from some of those early Scottish migrant families.
You know, one of my 3 times great-grandmothers gave birth on one of those ships just as they were leaving Nova Scotia.
Oh dear.
Well, the captain kindly pulled into the lee of the bay so that...
Oh, that was nice of him.
It was very nice of him. And in order
pulled over at a service station on the motorway. You're right, you got half an hour, love, pop out. We've got to get going. We've got to go to New Zealand.
So, this is my dad.
Oh, what a darling.
And he was born in 1926. And that's his dad. This is his mum. Mm-hmm. She was a Mackay.
Right.
And this is her auntie, Emma. Mm-hmm. Now, Emma came on the migration. She was 4. Yeah. And we've got her dolly in the museum.
Wow, can I have a look at this?
Sure.
What I love is your dad's the only one looking straight to the camera with a beautiful little jacket and a pair of shorts on.
I'm a bit nervous now, waiting to find out if I have a family connection to New Zealand.
As far as I'm aware, I had relatives that went to Canada at one point, but I don't know of anyone who came to New Zealand at all. Have you found any trace of any member of potentially my family coming across to New Zealand?
So we got the genealogists onto it.
Right.
So
please don't tell me they were awful.
No.
Okay. Carry on filming, guys. Don't cut. They're not awful.
One of the surnames you gave us was Wilkie.
Yes, Wilkie, yes, my grandpa's side of the family.
Okay, so we found some Wilkies and we actually found one in our database.
Did you? A Wilkie?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this is James.
Alexander Wilkie. Can't get more Scottish.
That's a Scottish name for you.
Alexander Wilkie, right? Okay.
Yeah. So he was the grandfather of someone who migrated, and he married a woman who was a Fraser, and they lived in Waipu and they had a baby who was born here.
Really?
And he was the postmaster, which is not horrific at all.
Oh, figure of authority. Sounds like my granny, absolutely. And look at that. Do you know, that's interesting, Anne Wilkie. That was my mum's name, Anne. Oh. It's a family name. That's incredible. I always think Wilkie's quite an unusual name. I don't meet an awful lot of Wilkies. So that could very well be a member of...
Your family?
My family that came across here. I would love it if I did have a connection with New Zealand.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it's a really beautiful place and I would love it if somebody somehow made their way here.
My sister's a real estate agent, if you'd like to, you know.
I thought you were going to say my sister's a Wilkie. I was like, hang on, are you and I cousins? What's happening here?
Well, that was wonderful. I'm halfway around the world and I might have family here. No wonder this country felt like a home away from home. And it's got me thinking about just how special this cruise of a lifetime's been and why it's resonated with me so much.
New Zealand has an energy like no country I've ever visited before. Sometimes it's visible, like the geysers shooting up from the centre of the earth.
Sometimes it's the way the people have shaped the landscape.
One of the most incredible places I've ever been to.
And sometimes it's just under the surface with the people who rebuilt cities and sailed across oceans.
Yeah, they took an opportunity.
Beautiful. What shone through absolutely, though, is the friendliness of the people that I've met. I'm meeting everyone. It's like a wedding. This is magic. We're like the greatest girl band that ever existed, aren't we? I couldn't have travelled further away from home than I have on this cruise. But I'm leaving here utterly revitalised with a spring in my step.
This cruise of a lifetime has left me positively giddy. So there's only one thing for it.